Well, an attorney for Jared Kushner has said his client would be happy to speak with investigators, but so far no one has reached out. What kind of legal implications could this have for Kushner, especially since he has business interests with Russia? Here to help sort out all of this is Gregg Jarrett, an attorney at Fox News anchor. Greg, when you sat down, I said, you're going to walk us through this because people have so many questions about this. Now, Kushner is not a target. That's really important. Why? What does that tell you?
Well, it tells me they don't have any evidence of a crime. Otherwise, they would have sent Kushner and his lawyer a target letter, because that's the rules at the Department of Justice and the FBI. It's not a crime to have a conversation with a Russian ambassador. What do you think the Russian ambassador is doing in Washington? He's supposed to have conversations and try to influence the U.S. government. Our ambassador in Moscow tries to influence the Russian government. Kushner also met with a banker in Moscow, that bank the subject of sanctions. Let's say, for example, Kushner said, look, President Trump, the incoming president, wants to have a reset with Russia, and we may re-examine the sanctions imposed by President Obama. That's not a crime. He can do that. He can say that. Very
important to make that distinction. All right, so what about the Logan Act? This prohibits private citizens from interfering in diplomatic disputes with foreign governments.
Doesn't apply here. It was passed in 1799, and nobody's ever been prosecuted, largely because it's a blatant affront to the First Amendment. Moreover, Kushner and Michael Flynn, for example, in having conversations with Kislyak, they're not acting as a private citizen as the law demands, but rather an official in the incoming administration. They should be having conversations with the Russians and other foreign governments. President Obama did the same thing.
All right, so let me give you a couple of what-if scenarios. What if Trump associates like Jared Kushner exchanged information during the campaign or in some way actually did collaborate to have an impact on the U.S. elections?
It would be stupid, unwise, and politically poisonous, but it would not be a crime. Collusion or collaboration with a foreign government in an American political campaign is not a crime. There is not a single statute that criminalizes it. The only possible crime is a tangential one, aiding and abetting the hacking of the DNC and the Hillary Clinton campaign. But that probably didn't happen. The Trump campaign wasn't computer sophisticated enough to engage hacking anybody, and it would require an overt act. There's no evidence of that.
All right, so we know that Jared Kushner has relations in real estate as far as his business is concerned. What if he was actually seeking some sort of financing from the Russian bank?
Well, if I were in his position, I probably would. I'd be seeking all sorts of partners worldwide. Deep pockets in Russia is one of them. It's not a crime. It might pose a conflict of interest. Although Kushner has resigned from his company, he's divesting some, if not all, of his assets. He hasn't completed it yet. And let's not forget that American businesses do a lot of business in Russia. I looked it up. For example, Pfizer and Mars, they're building big factories in Russia. Boeing, McDonald's, General Motors, Ford, Starbucks, Pepsi, they all have enormous business interests and partnerships with Russia. And so if you're in Kushner's position and you're head of a real estate company, of course you're going to take advantage of that market. Again, nothing wrong with that.
While he's under investigation, is there any chance he will lose his security clearance?
President Trump is the ultimate decision maker on whether to yank somebody's security clearance or to grant security clearance. It's totally up to him. I suspect he won't do it. And you know what? Under the circumstances, no evidence of a crime here by Kushner. Why yank his security clearance?
Got it. Gregg Jarrett, thank you.